Invictus, my kings, and welcome back to the Slavicus Maximus channel, and welcome to What If Austria-Hungary Existed in 1444. Yes, indeed, we are playing EU4 as Austria-Hungary over here. You can see by the name, by the flag, by our wonderful ideas. Yes, our Austro-Hungarian tradition gives us morale of armies +10 and diplomatic reputation +2. And also, when we gain all Austro-Hungarian ideas, we will also get heretic and heathen provinces. Do not give any penalty. The Imperial and Royal Army, which gives us more discipline, manpower, and accepted cultures because of the multicultural empire. Industrial centers, +10 goods produced modifier, guaranteed the minority rights, national unrest -1. Could have been -2, but -1 is pretty decent as well. Decentralization, state governing costs -20%. The Blue Danube provincial trade power modifier +25%. And the future of warfare, artillery cost -10%, and artillery combat ability +10%. Yes, indeed, we are playing as the one and only Austria-Hungary, formed by Austria, of course. And let's get down to actually getting our privileges set up. So we will probably want to gold mine max this playthrough. So let's get some free enterprise, and let's get indebted to the burghers, and the Fugger family privileges will give us a little bit more of a leeway when it comes to the gold mine maxing that we are about to do. Let's also get supremacy over the crown and increased levies. That's going to do us very good. And for the clergy, the old standard, rights of donation, clerical education, religious diplomats, and is there anything else? Maybe enforced unity of faith. But I think that's gonna be... I think later on I'll get enforced unity of faith. For the time being, let's get oversight by the clergy. That should put everyone above 50%. Yes, indeed. I will give out the mana privileges later down the line. No need to take any sort of action. And in this campaign, I'm not really going to be focusing that much on the HRE, basically at all. I'm not really necessarily going to be... doing anything with the HRE. Mostly just gonna play the standard Austria-Hungary game, sort of semi-historical, but not necessarily really more roleplay. Not really going to bother with... let's get Saxony. I will, however, get the electors as allies just to secure the emperorship, because it's very lucrative. So let's see who else. Let's actually get Magdeburg, and let's give him the grant electorate. Yes, let's grant them the electorate, and we might want to actually ally them as well, because they are a relatively powerful nation within the HRE. Here we go, we are a great power. Let's check which number great power we are. The second great power with 546 development. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Let's expand our armies a little bit, just so we get ready to crush all enemies of the empire. Let's get some rivals. Probably the Ottomans, definitely the Ottomans, in fact. Denmark, sure, I'm not entirely sure why, and probably not Burgundy, maybe France. France is a sort of a natural rival of the Austro-Hungarians. Let's get Mecklenburg on 18 December. That's going to be a while away. So instead, let's check Mainz is a little bit of a smaller electorate, but maybe the Palatinate. Then I really want Mecklenburg. I know it's sort of it doesn't really matter. These are very small nations indeed, which aren't going to be that helpful in the upcoming wars, but it's better to have them on side than not. And we are above our diplomatic relations limit, so I think I'll stop for now. We'll build up our military, and let's now start, in fact, building spy networks on Serbia and on Wallachia. It's gonna do us good. We want to clean up the mess in the Balkans as quickly as possible. We have a new Empress Consort, very cool. Don't care about Sweden, won't be bothered either way. Let's get these marriages going. Now let's get a yearly inflation reduction and a trade efficiency guy, and let's get morale of armies. This combination will hopefully yield us the whatchamacallit, the radical reforms event. Well, we already have Salient Trent. Oh, let's not support Sweden. Let's not bother with that at all. And instead, let's make our way towards Belgrade, and let's get these missions actually completed. Yeah, German unification, because why not? Doesn't get picked too often. Decline of Hungary, Royal Hungary, obviously. These are just and now we can, these are just missions that are also completed because I formed Austria-Hungary. And now we can actually pick the, surpass the Poles. Now, did the Poles get, no, they don't have Lithuania yet. And I don't think they actually picked anyone. They didn't have the option of picking anyone yet. So let's get the Restoration of Union CB on them, and let's wait for them to pick some path which would be beneficial, either beneficial for us or not, or unbeneficial for complicated language this English is. Well, we should probably no, let's rival Venice. Let's rival Venice. They're going to be a thorn in our side. Oh yeah, there we go. The Ottomans sometimes guarantee either Serbia or Wallachia. I've already had a test run of this campaign, so we are not going to go for Serbia. We're not going to be gold mine maxing that much. Instead, we're just going to be vassal maxing, because if you look at our governing capacity, we are almost at the very edge of our governing capacity. Let's get that stability going. We're almost at the very edge of our governing capacity, and it's not looking good if we want to actually become Defender of Faith. Why not? Defender of Faith, and let's actually start converting some of these Hussite provinces. That's going to be quite beneficial for us. Let's see. Yes, some of them are getting converted already. Very good. Let's get a general going. Why not? There we go. And we will snap up Wallachia when we have the opportunity to go against them. They shouldn't have really any allies. Maybe Byzantium. Yeah, Byzantium. But Byzantium, I don't think would even join. No, they wouldn't. Would they be willing to become a vassal? Not really. Not really. So probably not. But maybe we could get Moldavia. They're allied with Serbia. Independence guaranteed by Poland. So could we snatch up Moldavia? Let's check it out. I want to see. So if we get an alliance with Moldavia and then a royal marriage, would they be willing to become a vassal? Probably not, but let's find out anyway. They are at 72, so let's improve relations to the max. I know that Poland will shortly get them as a march, I believe. They turn into either a vassal or a march. I believe a march. And our expenses are through the roof. It's probably because we have a few too many forts. I want to get rid of the northern ones just because we are about to go to war with Poland, and that those forts are going to be mighty useful. So no need to really let's get mercantilism. Sure, why not? Legitimacy doesn't matter to us too much right now. Let's not waste. We are in the pits with our prestige, but doesn't matter. We will shortly build it up again. Let's see, Moldavia. It's slowly rising, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but let's get this this fabricate claim on Wallachia. There we go, fabricate claim. Bam. We're going to have a little bit of an issue when it comes to our diplo points this campaign. We aren't going to have any diplo points, so to say. It's going to be a little tough. It's going to be a little tough for our diplo points because I'm going to be well, I'm going to be, for example, Intel. Intel is a great province to actually get to tier 7 or production 7, because then you can get Austrian silver, local development cost and local gold depletion chance modifier minus 50%, and then you get, Intel gets Schwarz silver mine plus 1 local goods produced. That's going to make a lot of money for us just out of nowhere. There we go. They picked, actually Poland is going alone. They do not have Lithuania at their side. That's very interesting. So it's going to be a little easier for us. Never mind, they're already allied. Yeah, that sort of pop-up which says that the Lithuanians and the Poles are now at each other's throats. That's a lie. That's always a lie. The Lithuanians always ally the Poles no matter what. But I wonder how this is going to go with Moldavia. I'd love to have them as a puppet to snatch them from the... I would love to snatch them from the Polish, but we'll just have to see how things go. For the time being, our finances are okay. They're relatively stabilized. We'll just have to do without the Kosovo gold mine. We're instead gonna have to bump up these 2 gold mines in Czechia and Slovakia. Dude, so many minus prestige points. I know we're playing Austria-Hungary, but I didn't expect this many minus prestige points. Come on, man. Come on, man. Trade dispute against Holland, that's completely fine. Cardinals. Yeah, we're going to stay Catholic this entire game. Romans invasion, yeah, we lost. We lost our connection with Moldavia, so we weren't able to snatch them from the Polish. Very sad. Maybe if we were playing an Orthodox power, they would be more willing. But all that means is that we'll get Moldavia when we get Poland. So that's completely fine. Nothing to worry about at all. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to vassalize Wallachia right about now. So are they willing to accept being vassalized? Austro-Hungarian vassal? No, not yet. We still need to beat them a little bit. Beat them up a little bit more. Let's bump up this gold mine. Let's start bumping up these gold mines. There we go, 100%ed them, so they're now willing to accept. There we go. We have our first vassal, and we will very shortly go up against the Poles. Well, we still have a little bit of an advantage, at least. We still have a little bit of an advantage against them when it comes to our military, because as I said at the beginning, we have plus 10 more morale of armies, and because we're defender of the faith, we have another plus 5 morale of armies. Plus, if we go and declare war, the Palatinate will join. It's more or less equal. Well, we have a little bit more infantry than them. Let's see, attitude towards enemies. Castile is... Mainz would be willing to go in. And Brandenburg is in debt, and they have attitudes towards enemies. But I think it's not gonna be any better anytime soon. So let's stop improving relations with Moldavia. And let's get another general. Let's get 2 generals, in fact. So we have a little bit more of an advantage. Still level 3, so let's go against well, the 3rd of September. This is always awkward. You send a diplomat to spy, and then you have to wait. It's not like I'm doing any sort of major diplomatic action. I'm just spying. And there we go. Hopefully we'll crush them. We should have a numerical superiority as well as a quality superiority. I'm actually going to check what their traditions are. Cavalry cost and max promoted cultures. Yeah, we should have this in the bag just completely right off the bat. There should be no issue whatsoever. Let's just to make certain, let's send one of our armies back just so we can send these guys packing in case we need to. But the main adversaries, I believe, in this campaign are going to be the Ottomans and maybe the French. It's sort of the historic enemies of the Austro-Hungarians and the Austrian Empire in general. They're about to reinforce that battle. Can we get to it? We should... Actually, we are winning that battle no matter what. But our army... Yep, there we go. What a decisive battle this was. Do we win it? Do we win it? We lost the battle. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed, but we cost him a lot of manpower. And because we are the Emperor, remember, we have a lot of manpower, a lot of additional manpower. Plus, we have a lot more of land force limit. So, in this case, let's just get the Grand Company in Graz. Spread these guys around just so they get reinforced a little bit more. And while, let's just get, who's this guy? This guy is Jakob. Jakob, there we go. Leader of the Grand Company now. And just in the meantime, while these guys are replenishing, let's use the Grand Company to smash the Poles up a little bit while our main armies are replenishing. In the meantime, the Palatinate's doing a fine job of messing things up for the enemy. This should be a decisive battle as well. Should have an advantage because they are attacking. Technically, they are attacking. There we go. Let's unsiege the gold mine here. And let's actually bump up these gold mines up a little bit more. I don't want to lose 100 ducats, the Palatinate. No, I don't think so. Broken promises, who cares? Who cares? There are much more important issues at hand right now, like the siege of Krakow, which is still going on. Let's send the Grand Company over there. The Lithuanian, see, it doesn't really matter whether, oh, there we go, plus ducats, very, very fortunate. It doesn't really matter whether or not the, there we go, who can we call? We can call mines. Well, it's going to be very useful. Anyway, Krakow is sieged. We have a big F-off army over here, so let's make use of it. Let's doom stack a little bit against the enemy. Let's catch their smaller stacks off, and let's actually, that was quite a good victory. Let's actually get another general going, and let's start actually pushing the Poles back a little bit, because well, it's going to be very important for us. So the main army can go there, the mercenaries can go there, and we can siege Podol as well. Let's siege them out. Let's make let's just basically siege them out, and let's use the mercenaries as our hammer against their armies. It's going to be relatively well served, I think. Still relatively fine with money, but wouldn't hurt to bump. Maybe we can't actually. Yeah, this is where the Kosovo gold mine would have come in very useful, but at least we saved some admin points. At least we saved some admin points. There we go. Where is this army going? The Teutonic Order, we will drag... Oh, I completely forgot that there was an event. The Teutonic Order and the Empire, completely forgot about. I told you guys, I'm not really bothered about the HRE at all this campaign. I'm mostly bothered about the territorial expansion. Who can we call into the war? Mecklenburg, come on in, bro. Let's dump on these Poles. Let's make them part of our grand union. It's going to be the Austro-Polish-Hungarian Union. Go, there's the main army of the Poles, and because of our advantage in our military and our numerical advantage, we'll swiftly deal with them. There we go. They have been completely wiped out. And now the main action for our army is happening in Wallachia. Wallachia serving as a nice distraction for the armies of Moldavia, which are soon going to be on our side anyway, so it's completely fine. It's more than fine, actually. Who can we call him? Brandenburg. That's the boy I've been waiting for. Come on in, Brandenburg. Help us out. And in the meantime, let's crush these Moldavian fools. They didn't want to become my puppet, so instead they will get crushed, and maybe the mercenary army of mine actually is gonna get crushed. Never mind. But as you can see, the resistance still tough. Still need the Still need the various armies that we're recruiting and that we are resupplying. Still need them to do their job. Now the mercenaries are going to be waiting for the mercs to actually get their bearings a little bit. There we go, Siege of Poznan. The Siege of Poznan has been completed. We actually completely just ran out of manpower this in this little war that we're doing. Let's see. Moldavia, would they actually accept? I don't want Mazovia. I want a union with Poland. 60%. It's gonna be quite a while before we get there, but we are. Didn't want a repay loan. Didn't want a repay loan. That was an accident. That was an accident. Oh well. Oh well. What can you do? But probably go into a little bit of a death spiral with loans here, but it's worth it. It's very much worth it. We will get Poland from the early game. Getting Poland is very beneficial to us, especially later on when we will go up against the the Ottomans. Against the Ottomans, that's going to be a big help. Let's lose some admin. What can you do? And let's get some mercantilism. What can you do? The Polish, they're still on level 3. We're still on level 3, so it's completely fine. We still have a huge advantage in this fight. We have basically completely kicked Poland out of the fight, so now it's time to go against Lithuania. Maybe once we get there we go, we ran out of money. Maybe once we get Lithuania out of the war, it's going to be much easier, because I don't really see anyone's armies. I don't see any enemy armies at all anywhere. So only in Wallachia and Moldavia they still yeah, there we go. Let's welcome to the empire. Nothing really all that spectacular, but once we get rid of the Moldavian armies and Lithuanian armies, life is going to be much simpler. Let's see, this army can go down south, since there's a bunch of military activity from the enemy down here. Let's send a reinforcing army. The Hussites have now risen up. This is not the time, bro. This is not the time to rise up against me. Maybe this is actually the correct time for them. It's the correct time, obviously. But let's get another W under our belt. There we go. And you can see the war is basically won. I will get back to you once the war is fully and absolutely completed. There we go. It was only a couple of seconds after the fact, because we managed to kick out Lithuania from the war. So now we probably will have a little bit of an issue when it comes to let's see the missions. King of Poland, very cool. And conquer Galicia, very cool. We are not the Austrian Empire, we are the Austro-Hungarian Empire. But if you want to become the Austrian Empire, that's the quickest way. Just grab a hold of Poland and have your way with them. So, spoils of war, that's not gonna be there for very long, but we need to replenish our troops. We completely lost all of our manpower in this little fight that we had, so now we need to replenish our money and we need to replenish our manpower. Let's get Diplo instead. Replenish our money and we need to replenish our manpower. Those are the two big issues at the moment. Money is not going to be an issue very shortly because the Renaissance has spawned very early, the Renaissance has spawned, but where is our army? Here it is. Why aren't you going against the Hussites? I told you to go. So we are rivaled by Muscovy. Very early the the Renaissance has spawned. We don't even have level 4 in our techs yet, which is going to be we are at war with the Teutonic Order. And this is, I think, an offensive war, probably started by the Polish. So now we are at... Or was this... No, this is a defensive war. Okay. So the Teutons started a war against the Polish just as I was about to union them. Okay, well, we can call in basically everyone into this war, and we will make the Teutonic Order a vassal. That's what we are going to do. We're going to make them our vassal, and we're going to have a nice little empire under our belt. So let's get some prestige going, because our prestige sucks at the moment. And yeah, that's that. We control quite a bit of Europe at the moment. And let's see, do we sell titles? No, let's not bother with selling titles. We want to seize titles instead. But no, they are allied with the Livonian Order, but they don't have them as a vassal. So if we vassalize the Teutons, let's see the damage actually. We can't vassalize them, very sad. So we can release Danzig, but that's not the play here. Instead, I'll probably feed my Polish vassal a lot of territory over here, or the Polish Union more rather, so that we get at least some sort of benefit from this war, because at the moment there really isn't any. We could also go just for money, which wouldn't be that bad of a deal. Could just get some money out of them, which would be quite okay, I believe. But we have to be at peace to seize land, so these probably just feed it to I'm probably gonna just feed it to Poland, to be honest. Yeah, we could probably just feed it to Poland, as much land as possible. Or maybe I could grab it for myself. We still have a little bit of governing capacity, so we can grab the Danzig Königsberg Memel. Or that's sort of out of the way, so we'll have to connect it with Tuchel, however you pronounce that. But yeah, so in this war, I'm doing nothing. I'm standing around, and we are going to crush some peasants, apparently. We're apparently going to crush some peasants. We have decided that an uprising at this moment is going to be the best course of action. Very annoying. But anyway, let's crush the peasantry. That's what we like to do. That's what we are good at as the Emperor of Austria-Hungary. That's what we like to do. Crush peasantries. Yes, indeed. But it's a shame about the Kosovo gold mine still, because one of our reformers died. Okay, let's get the plus discipline one going then. Maybe we could peace out just for money, but that would be such a shame. This is such a good opportunity to see some land for free, basically, because this is a defensive war. It's such a shame that we can't vassalize them. That would have been very cool to have another vassal up here. Since we vassalize Poland, since the Poles are now under our union, we won't be able to get the Ducal Prussia won't be able to spawn in, so that's a little bit of a shame. But hey, what can you do? It's just the way things are. Let's see, we could bump up this gold mine a little bit. See, how are we doing now with gold? Let's wait until... There we go, we're making some money. Okay, if money situation fixed, let's instead take some land, all occupied by Poland. We could give it to the Poles. Königsberg and Danzig have been occupied by Brandenburg, however, so probably not gonna be able to go get those ones. Very sad about that. But let's repay the big loan, actually, since we don't really need it anymore. Let's just piece out the guys for money. We'll fight them. We'll find a better opportunity to get at them. Now we have 40%. Let's get religious state, which is going to give us more administrative power monthly, and is going to reduce the crown line, but into acceptable levels. As long as we are above 30%, I'm completely fine. I really do not want the debuffs that come with again, minus prestige. I really do not want the debuffs that come with low crown lands. Those are very painful, very, very painful. But now our situation has improved a little bit, but we're gonna get rebel bombed. So for a little while, I'm going to build up, and then we'll see what we'll do next. In fact, what I think I'll do is I'll start conquering Bavaria. Since I see the Palatinate won't come to the aid of Landshut. So let's start conquering into the HRE. This will be a little bit of a breeze, actually, not that big of a deal, since we have such a huge superiority of arms, and it'll also enable us to go down our little conquer Germany path, where we have to own 6 provinces in Bavaria, which could be vassals, obviously. So we're going to vassalize these Bavarians, and that's how we'll roll. We'll probably go for a whole bunch of them, probably Ingolstadt, Munich, Salzburg, and Passau, I think, is actually, yeah, that's a vassal of Munich, so we'll automatically get past. Well, we won't automatically get Passau, I don't believe, but we'll try our best to go for all of them, basically, yeah. And we actually completed a mission over here, the balance of power, for some reason, because we won 5 wars. I guess piecing out Augsburg counts as winning a war. And we'll get improved relations plus 15% and diplomatic relations plus 1, and diplomat advisor will now grant -2 aggressive expansion. Well, that's pretty decent. We can, I guess, eventually we'll have some issue with aggressive expansion if we continue expanding into the HRE, and we'll want to get Milan as well once that event pops up. So yeah, for the time being, I think that's just gonna be fine. Nothing to write home about. We actually, let's check our coalition map mode. Let's recall diplomat. It's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit, but not that much. Actually, let's check. Still guaranteed by the Ottomans, and the Ottomans will be willing to come to their aid, and I'm not really about to start a war with the Ottomans just yet. We'll get to it, but not just yet. We want a little bit of a final boss now, don't we? So that's going to be the Ottomans, that's going to be France, and yeah, in the meantime, let's conquer some Bavarians. That's gonna be fun. There we go, Landshut has been humbled, and let's see, could we get both of them? We could get both of them, very cool. So let's vassalize both of these, of the Ingolstadt and Landshut. Both have become our vassals, very cool. So now let's get, let's see, the Papal States, of course. We shouldn't forget about the Papal States. Let's actually get in alliance with the Pope. And let's improve relations as soon as we can. Oh, and we see a military coalition already building up. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. I'll just wait around and see how the coalition develops. Probably just sit around and build some churches. Nothing to write home about. Where we have our little vassal swarm going between the Bavarians, the Poles, and the Wallachians, and our obviously glorious armies. You're quite a power to be reckoned with. In fact, since we have our bonus to diplomatic improvement, let's immediately get on that. Let's start improving with outraged countries. And yeah, so anyway, thanks, Kings, for watching, and I will see you next time.